Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, hi, hello, welcome. My name is Astaria, and here on this channel, we are all about spiritual growth, giving you all the tools and everything you need to know about on your spiritual journey, okay? So in today's video, we're gonna talk about, well, first we're gonna talk about 5 things you need to know about this upcoming full moon, and then stick around to the end because I will do a pick a card oracle reading. Okay, so there is a full moon happening on April 16th, and it will be in the sign of Libra, bringing the balance that we are much needed. It will also be at 1:55 p.m. Central Standard Time, just in case you wanted to know that. But let's jump right into the 5 things you guys need to know about. So the first thing I do want to talk about is the major thing that's coming up in the collective during this full moon cycle is learning to trust oneself like never before. We all have self-doubt, and some of us have a little bit more negative self-talk than others. And so sometimes the biggest obstacle in our lives can be ourselves, because we either don't trust that we got it, we don't trust ourselves fully. Maybe the trust was broken along the way through someone else or something, but we internalize it, like bring it inwards. However it happens, it doesn't matter. But I do feel that energy is lifting, and I feel around this full moon is a good time to set those intentions, right? I release that self-doubt so I may trust myself like never before, because I feel that energy growing. And so I feel it's a really good time for us to tap into that energy of learning to really trust your own inner wisdom, right? Because we always have the answers within. We really don't need to go externally to look for them. We can always go inward to find those answers, okay? The second thing I want to talk about is your mental freedom is coming. So what do I mean by that? Well, a couple things. Let me actually give you an example of what's going on with my life, and it might relate a little bit so you guys can understand. So for me, going on, God, almost 12 months now, I have been using more. So, okay, let me rewind just a second. We have 4 sides of us. We have mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual. Okay, so for the last almost year, I've been using more mental energy than I've been using more mental energy than allowing the other energies to come in. I am, God, what is the word I'm trying to think of? Exceeding my mental limits. Let's use that. Perfect. Because there needs to be a balance of all 4 energies, right? And so if I'm all mental all the time, then my emotional side isn't going to be taken care of, right? Emotions may be coming up and heavier more than ever. Physically, I could start getting tired. Spiritually, there might be a disconnect, right? I just had a lot going on, preparing for a move, launching a business, working all the time. But here's the thing. If you don't take care of yourself on all planes, that mental burnout can happen. I've had it a couple times happen this year, so I have to bring myself back into alignment, right? Make sure I set my day up, right, to meditate and take care of my spiritual side in the morning. Make sure my emotional needs are being met. Don't forget to go out and socialize, have some fun, right? Just be work all the time. And so for me, that mental energy, it was almost leading me to this burnout. And so I did feel this mental energy is coming, this mental freedom. But listen, it may come out in different ways, because that's what I feel like is going on in the collective. But for you, that mental energy might be your mindset, right? Interesting how we just talked about that negative self-talk, right? Maybe we're too in our head and we're our own worst critic. Maybe we have like perfectionism. Maybe we are in the mind judging ourselves, or maybe judging others. Maybe we're comparing ourselves to others. Maybe in the mind we are a little jealous, right? Whatever that is, it doesn't matter, but it all starts with the mindset. So if we're beating ourselves up, or we're believing all the negative talk others have about us, that's mentally you're taking in. Like if somebody says you're not good enough, you're not pretty, and you can't do it, then you start believing it. And so that whether it's you saying it to yourself or externally, somebody's taking it, you're taking it as your own, that does a number on the mind, the mental energy, right? And then your emotions take over, because then you start to believe it. Doesn't matter where it came from, self or others. Then you're like, oh my God, I really am not good enough, right? That type of energy. And so whatever the mental energy, maybe you're using too much of it. Maybe you're not using enough of it, and you're all spiritual and you forget about to be mentally intellectual, right? Or you just have a lot of negativity, renting space in your head, wherever you're at in the mental plane, it doesn't matter, right? Just in the energy of the collective, I'm feeling the mental freedom is coming. So however that may be, we're releasing the mindset, we're releasing the mental energy, we're bringing ourselves back into wholeness, right? Because we have those 4 sides of us that need to be balanced. We can't just be all mental, or we can't just be all spirit, or whatever it is, right? But making sure that energy and perfect. I didn't even mean to make that connection, but right, Libra is the energy of balance. And so what better time to balance out the 4 sides of us than right now? And so that's probably why the mental energy, your mental freedom is coming, because Libra is bringing in that balanced energy to make sure you're emotionally taken care of, physically you're balanced, and intellectually as well, but spiritually too. So all 4 sides of you have been taken care of. Thank you, Libra. Full moon in Libra. So the third thing I want to talk about today is, so we have 7 different energy centers, and as the moon shifts, it changes its zodiac placement about every 2.5 days. It can affect us in different ways. And so one of the things that can be affected outside of the mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual is chakras, right? So we have the 7 energy centers, or 7 main chakras. And so the one that was coming up as the biggest one to maybe take care of and nurture a little bit right now is the heart chakra. I think because as we're learning to trust ourselves like never before, it allows us to open up our heart chakra even more, letting love in, letting go of that negative self-talk or that external people talking. Because if people externally are saying that stuff and you start to believe it, well, if you're so filled with self-love and you have enough self-respect, self-worth in you, that stuff won't come in. And so I feel no matter where we're going, I feel that the heart chakra is the most affected, because it's all coming back to self and our self-love, bringing that balance, bringing us back into our heart center. So as that one is the most affected, you can work with some green crystals. You can work with some green aventurine. I had some, I don't have it on anymore. I had on earlier some zoisite, which is a green crystal, but it has ruby in it as well. And that also works the heart chakra. Emerald, any green crystals, any green stones would work. You could work with those during the next 2 to 4 weeks, but I feel it really heavily around this full moon energy, just the heart chakra kind of fluctuating through emotions, opening because we're releasing some stuff, inviting in more intuition, self-love, trust, and balance. So just pay attention and listen to your heart center a little bit. Might need some extra care. The 4th thing I want to talk about is something that's already going on, and it will continue to go on until I believe it's May 11th, but there is a little bit more emphasis on it right now. And so I want to talk about the Jupiter placement. So Jupiter's in Pisces, and Jupiter will go around each zodiac sign for roughly about 12 months. So I think it went into Pisces at the end of last year. So Jupiter's been in Pisces for some time, but Jupiter and Neptune are about to go conjunct. And so this to me is huge alignment energy. Now let's talk about it. So Jupiter used to be ruled by Pisces. Everyone was always like Jupiter and Pisces were ruled together. And now they say Pisces is ruled by Neptune. Me as a Pisces, I still really align with Jupiter. And so to me, having Jupiter and Pisces, having Jupiter and Neptune come conjunct in the energy of Pisces prevalent, it's all Piscean energy. So I feel it's this huge energy gateway. Well, let's talk about what they all mean, right? Because this is great for manifestation. Jupiter is the planet of expansion and abundance and wealth and stuff like that. Time to manifest bigger and better things. Neptune aligns with that Piscean energy, a very ethereal, dreamy, astral energy. And Pisces, right? We're often la la land a little bit, sometimes daydreaming so much, but it's probably because we have one foot in the other door on the other side. Very much spiritually connected. Pisces are very in tune, empathic. And so with all that spiritual energy, all this alignment energy, a lot of doorways are opening and will continue to open. So I felt like this was it. And plus, guys, Neptune and Jupiter hasn't been conjunct since I actually had to write it down so I wouldn't forget, 1856. So it's been a long time. So this is a huge energy gateway to manifest bigger and better, because right, Jupiter will bring in that expansion and allow things to grow bigger than ever before, right? So whatever we're off daydreaming about in the Pisces land, that ethereal connection, we want to open up spiritually, maybe with the Neptune energy. Now is a great time to do it, especially around the full moon. The veil is thin. Our senses will be more heightened. And so bringing that energy forth in all of this, it's a great time to tap into both the energies. So when you set your moon intentions or you set your daily intentions, call in both of those energies, because there's so much planetary placement. And I don't want you guys to miss out on this, because, right, we hadn't had them conjunct in over 100 years, right? And so don't miss out on that energy portal to tap into those conjunction planets while Jupiter is in Pisces, while we have the full moon coming up in Libra. A lot of planetary placements for us to bring forth bigger and better dreams than we even imagined, right? Jupiter will expand those for big time, bigger than we even imagined, right? Okay, anyways, so the fifth thing I want to talk about is, and I was actually hesitant. Well, it's another story. It's perfect. So I'll share my experience, right? So here's how I got the download this morning. Me as a Pisces, I connect, like Pisces is ruled by water, right? So sometimes when I just wash my hands and I connect with the water, I just get downloads and I get messages, and it's just like, oh, I get the path, right? And so even like, I don't know if it's science is proven, there's been a lot of other people that have said this and they recognize this as well. Like when they're in the shower, all of a sudden they get intuitive downloads and they get the blueprint and how to, like, I don't know, launch $1 million company, or they just connect the dots. Like there really is something about connecting with water and getting those downloads, those aha moments. So for me, this morning, before I decided to film this video, because sometimes I'll just meditate and ask, you know, my angels, my guides, what is going on in the collective energy, so I know what to do this video on. Well, this morning it felt a little bit different, and I felt I needed to have the shower meditation. So I set the intention before I got in the shower, and I said, let's see what messages have to come in. So I kind of had my 5 things. I was kind of still on the fence about the 5th thing, but I kept hearing this song in my head the whole time I was showering, and it's there's a light. I see the light. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I see the light. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I don't even know who sings it, but I kept hearing it. I could like hear the beat, and it kept playing these 2 parts over and over. And so I was like, I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm like, is that the 5th thing? And I'm like, yeah, it's gotta be. And then all of a sudden I had this feeling, and I was like, okay, was this for me? And so what I did is I tapped into that feeling so I'd see, oh no, this is for the collective, because that feeling started to grow and grow and grow. So let me kind of explain what I mean. So the 5th thing is, there is the light at the end of the tunnel, right? So interesting enough, I just started this crystal Reiki class. And so if you guys aren't familiar with Reiki, it's just an energy healing where it works on your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual sides. You kind of like lay on like a massage table, and they like lightly touch you, and it just energetically releases blockages maybe in the chakras and stuff. And so I've done Reiki for a couple years now, but I wanted to take the next step, and so I'm taking crystal Reiki. And when you become a Reiki practitioner, you have to go through an attunement. So you have to be open up to those energies, right? And so in the crystal Reiki attunement, I had a lot of messages come through, but at the very end, I actually saw this light at the end of the tunnel. And it was like far away, and it was like almost as a door, and I was like, it's coming, and it's getting bigger and bigger. And so that's why I was saying, when I was in the shower and I was hearing that song, at first I thought that message was for me. And so what do I do to hone in to get clarity, right? You close your eyes, you take some deep breaths, maybe you put your hand on the heart center. And so I just asked my angels, like, who is that message for? And that song just kept getting louder and more and more and more. And I could feel it growing. And so that was me, the collective mass, and more people needed to hear it. This message is for them. You're aligning with the collective. You're getting these downloads so you can tell them to others. And so there's the goosebumps. Oh, I love it. I love it. There's the goosebumps. So, yeah. And so there is light at the end of the tunnel, right? And so whatever that is, whatever darkness you may have been going through, any sadness, heartbreak, or just kind of stuck in a rut, whatever it is, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Like, 1, I did physically see it, so I feel it coming, but 2, as I tap into all of your energies, I can feel it. It's so much stronger. I can feel it now more than I had with the attunement, and so that's how I know it's growing, it's growing, it's growing. Interesting enough, right? As I talk about Jupiter expansion, so it's coming because Jupiter's ready. Everything's in alignment. That's also why we do have to be in our heart center, right? Because we're going to grow. And so we want to grow from the right way, heart centered, right? And then, yeah, just remember to have your heart open because there is light at the end of the tunnel. See, it all connects, right? All those 5 things, they all just kind of like intertwine with each other. It's just a beautiful process. So, yeah, so those are the 5 things that we need to be aware of during this full moon cycle. And I did forget to say this in the beginning, but if you guys remember those 5 things, I would encourage you guys to just drop it in the comments to reinforce that learning so you guys do remember them. I need to remember to do that at the beginning of the video though. But yeah, if you guys remember, go type them in. The 5 things are learning to trust oneself, number 1. Number 2 was mental freedom is coming. Number 3 is the heart chakra will be the one that's most affected. Number 4 is the Jupiter placement in Pisces with the Jupiter and Neptune conjunction. And then number 5 is the light at the end of the tunnel. So if you guys write those down, it'll keep you to remember those, right? Because you'll want to remember when you do your manifestations to work with the Jupiter and Neptune energy, along with the Pisces energy and the full moon energy and the Libra energy. Bring in all of that planetary astrological energy. Your manifestation's going to explode, right? Beautiful. So that's why it's important to know what's going on astrologically, because you can tap into so many different energies. So I don't want you to forget about that. So write those 5 things down. And then I think we're going to jump into your pick a card reading. So we're just going to pick 3 simple cards. So here, just decide a number, whichever one you're most drawn to. And this will be your moon message for the next about 2 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks. Okay, cards are already ready to come. Let's get card number 1's placement. Okay. So we've got new moon in Leo, shine. Don't be afraid to shine. It's like, I feel like the world is your oyster, right? And so don't hold back, right? And maybe that fear of not trusting oneself, as we talked about, has held you back, or that negative self-talk from somebody else or your own inner self-talk has stopped you from shining. It's time to let all that go, because Jupiter wants you to grow in expansion. So it's time for you to shine. Time for you to release all that mental blocks, release all that negative self-talk, open your heart center up, trust your own inner wisdom, and Jupiter will expand you out, because now is your time to shine. That's so beautiful that card came out. Okay, let's get card number 2. All right, this is your oracle card for this moon cycle. See what we got. Beautiful. Okay. All right. Card 2. We got 2 cards. Unleash your kindest self and go wild. But it's interesting because I feel like this is a little bit about self-care, right? And always about putting yourself first. And so maybe that is that negative self-talk that you have been beating yourself up, and it's time to release that. And by unleashing your wildest self allows you to step through that door, right? Because I was like, there's that door, the light at the end of the tunnel. So you may step into that new you, right? Unleashing your kindest self. No more talking negative about yourself. No more believing what others are saying about you. Don't worry about gossip. Don't worry what he said, she said, other people's opinions. Unleash your kindest self. Knowing that you are healed, knowing that in your heart center, you are pure, perfect, you are your soul's energy, you vibrate at 5D unconditional love at the soul's base. Your kindest self has been blocked by whatever other people have been saying about you, and it's time to say no, 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 no more. Interesting enough, at the bottom, it's green, aligning with the heart center, right? Unleash your kindest self. It's already in your heart center. It's already waiting to be unleashed and unlocked. It just probably got locked away because of pains, traumas, experiences. And so that kindness started to go within and got locked up in the heart chakra. Well, we're working on the heart chakra this moon cycle. So we're unleashing it or unlocking it and opening our heart up to self-love. That's why it's self-care, right? Loving ourselves first. Go wild. Don't be afraid to express yourself creatively. Don't hold back on who you truly are. I just feel like letting the hair down, having fun, laughter, joy. Like, hey, I can put myself first and have fun, and I don't care. What's that thing? Long hair, don't care? Like, I mean, it's just like, because you're having fun, you're living through your soul's energy, you're smiling, your laughter. Like, go be wild, have fun. Live up to your heart center. It has been unlocked. Now, what is it you desire? What do you need to make you smile, to maybe go wild with laughter, with joy, with fun, with creativity, with play? Once your heart chakra is unleashed and unlocked, just go wild. Have fun. Okay. All right, card number 3. Let's get card number 3. Okay, let's see what we got. Beautiful. Card number 3. It says step up and lead. Even as I said this, there felt some hesitation, and you see how there's the mountain. It almost feels like it's there waiting. Here's what I want to say, what I'm feeling. It's like this podium or this platform, or you could even say the mountain, but that's kind of what I was seeing in my mind's eye. It's already there. This space has already been created for you, meaning, let's say you are destined to be, and it doesn't have to be an actual teacher, a leader, or group facilitator, or coach, or whatever it may be, motivational speaker. Maybe you're just the positive one out of the group, and you're kind of leading the way because they love your encouragement, positivity, motivation. Whatever the step up and lead energy is, I'm telling you, that platform, that mountain space, whatever it is, I see like this platform there. It's already there. The universe has already created that space for you, and it's waiting for you to just step up on that platform and lead, or step up on the mountain. Here you are at the bottom of the mountain being like, I'm afraid to go to the top. Well, that platform I see, let's say, is the top of the mountain. It's already there. The universe has already created that space for you. It's a safe place, and there's where you will thrive. Right? You're not just living, you are thriving, and you are helping others. And so that space has already been created. I feel very protected. Your angels have it for you. The only thing that's stopping you from being on the platform or the top of the mountain is you. And so, oh, I'm not ready. It's not time. I'm not good enough. Whatever's blocking you, it's time to just, it's there. It's there. It's there. I'm telling you, that space was already created, and it's waiting for you to step into it, to step on it, to climb up the mountain, because it's time, right? And what better time with all this planetary placements going on? So, card 3, get on your platform. It's on the top of the mountain. It's there waiting for you. It's been created. It feels like you asked for it. Now here it is. Now you actually have to step up to that. I feel like I'm going to say leadership role in quotes, because it doesn't have to actually mean a teacher, right? You can just be the wise one among the friend group or whatever that is. But you asked for that platform. It's there. It could actually be a physical platform for some of you guys, right? Maybe you, I don't know, or on social media or something like that as well. But whatever platform that is, you asked for it, it feels like, and it's there. It's waiting for you to step onto it. Now's the time. Get to the top of the mountain. Get on that platform. Go speak your truth. Go stand up and lead, okay? All right, guys, so that was the 3 cards, and that was the full moon message. So we're going to wrap up the video right here. If you guys got anything out of this video, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button this way. I know you got something that resonated. If you guys haven't already subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And there's a bell, too. I want you to hit the bell and turn on all notifications, because I do daily videos. And I don't want you guys to miss out on any upcoming messages. That next message just might be the message that you need to hear today. All right, my loves. Thanks so much for watching. Till next time, be blessed.